One thing that I know I fall into sometimes, and I'm wondering if this is the case for you, is comparing my success to other people's success, or markers, sometimes artificial markers of success, like number of followers, or the size of business, or how many countries you're in, or whatever it is. And I feel like it can be really debilitating. Do you ever fall into that comparison trap? And if you do, if you don't, great. But if you do, what do you do when you feel those feelings coming up?
Yes, I do. And I am so frustrated when I do it because I know better, but yes, definitely. However, these days, because I'm very aware of it, I instantly say nope. And what I tell myself is blinders on, run your own race. And I learned that from listening to one of my favorite podcasts called Making Oprah. And it was all about Oprah up and coming when she was just getting started with her today or her show. And the interviewer got to interview Oprah today. And she said, all along the way, when we were competing in the very beginning with Donahue and some of the others that were on the scene, I wouldn't watch any of their shows. And I would tell my team, put blinders on like a horse does in a horse race, put blinders on, and we will all run our own race here. And I thought that is so valuable. Easier said than done, but so valuable. So instantly my catchphrase is blinders. We need blinders on.
I love it.
Yeah, because I'll say to my team, like, did you see what so-and-so's doing? And then even they will say, blinders, we're running our own race. Yeah, I forgot. And one thing, because I've been at this for a while, I really want you all to hear me on this one because it's very true. You cannot compare the back end of your business. You know everything that you do and what the numbers look like, and your success and your lack thereof in some areas. You know all the truth there. You are comparing the back end of your business to somebody's front end. You have no idea what it looks like behind the scenes. And because I've been at this for a while, I've gotten to look behind the scenes of some people that I found myself comparing to, and never in a million years would I want their business. Being judgmental in my own mind, their business looks messy. Their numbers aren't real for some people, and how they're getting there is not any which way I want to get there. It works for them, and go on with your bad self. I would never want their type of business. So I realized I'm comparing myself to someone's business that I would never, ever want to run that way. It works for them. It would never work for me. I'm super type A. So with that, remember, next time you're comparing yourself, you have no idea what it would look like. And it doesn't mean that the back end of their business is necessarily messy or something you wouldn't want, but you don't know. So you stay in your own lane.
I love that idea of running your own race, and I find it easier to do that when I have a very clear vision about where I'm going. But if I'm not clear, Amy, then I can, find myself doing that.
Yes, you're so right. You have to have clarity on where you're going, what you're doing, your goals, your daily habits, so that you can get right back into your lane because you know what you're doing. It's hard to get in your lane when you don't know exactly where you're going or what your lane looks like. So that's a great point. I love that. I use the same strategy with when I'm afraid what people will think of me, which is usually my struggle. And I'm a people pleaser, and I don't want people to think poorly of me. And so when they do, or when I think they do, my coach says, well, who are you? What is the truth? And I had to literally get a note card out and say, this is what I stand for. This is who I am. So when I'm like, but they're going to think this, and she'll say, who are you though? Like, oh yeah, but this is who I am. So it doesn't matter what she thinks. And I had to write it on a note card because I struggle with that so much. So I get it.
Oh, I love that. My little Post-it note that I had on my computer for a long time, it said, you do know.
Oh,
because I would go into this, I don't know.
Yes, you do know. You do know. Yes, that's the same as sometimes my coach will, when I'll say, I just don't know. And she'll say, but what if you did know? What would the answer be?
What would it be? It's like, stop that.
So true.